Actually, I left a little bit later tonight, this morning than I wanted to. I wanted to be rolling by 5, but I stayed up a little bit later than I thought I did last night. I was back here editing videos and into YouTube until I got and looked up at the clock, and it was 10 till 12. I'm like, holy freak! I didn't realize that I didn't get to the truck stop last night till like 6:30, 7 o'clock. Until I got a shower and ate and everything. It was after 8 or 9, and I started editing videos, and I got all up in that stuff, and I just lost track of time. And next thing I do, I look at the clock on my radio, and I was like 11:37. I said, that ain't right, is it 11:37? And I grabbed my phone. I'm like, holy freak, it's almost midnight. I gotta wake up at 5 in the morning. We are in Plymouth, Michigan. We got that other load off. The load, I'm watching scap-up boards on my deck. They told me I needed 4x4s, or my load note said I needed 4x4s. When I got over here, they was like, nah, you don't got them, we can use them. We only need 3. So they're going to use their 4x4s. They're not 8-footers, though. They're half. They're 4-footers. So a bunch of 4-footers that are laying on there, or whatever. So we got that Caterpillar stuff off this morning, the blade and them 3 pieces of equipment. And then we had a deadhead over here, which was like 18 miles. It was like 15 minutes to get over here. My pickup appointment isn't until 1 o'clock, but I got here about 8:30. Yeah, it's 9:45 now, something like that. So I got here about 8:30 and went in and checked in everything, and they said pull into bay number 2. So we're getting loaded early. There's one truck beside me that's getting loaded. They got to load him first, and then once he pulls out, they got 2 bays side by side. They got a crane overhead, so they're going to load him first. He's going to pull, then they're going to come across and load me. So it still might be a couple minutes before I actually get loaded, but we're going to get loaded early. And the load's going to Minneapolis, Minnesota. So 654 loaded miles. I think it was like 18 empty miles. So that's what we got. Going to get loaded, tarp it, and we'll go from there. at the Loves. Man, I don't know. I was freaking out. So we're in Chicago, and it's like 6:30 in the evening, and I know the truck stops are going to fill up quick, but I needed to get like 250 miles ran out tonight. That way I can actually make my delivery on Friday, because I'm going to run 8 hours a day. Some of my face. This is the glare. Anyways, I'm only running 8 hours a day, so I need to be able to do about 485 is about the most I can do. So I needed to run about 200 out once I got loaded. I didn't get loaded till I got out of there. It was almost, I think it was like 1:30, 2 o'clock. I'm not sure. And so that's like 4 hours of driving. Might have been later than that. Might have been closer to 3. I don't know. But we ran over here, and I was going to stop at a Flying J like 4 exits back. But it's where 94 meets like 4 interstates meet there. Like 80, 90, 94, and maybe it was a M3. I don't know. But it said exit 15B was the exit for Flying J. Well, I seen exit 15, and it's right where the roads meet, right where 94, 90, and 80 come together. So I seen 15. I was like, 15B is probably the next exit, probably once all the interstates combine or whatever. But it wasn't. It was actually exit 15. It didn't say that. I didn't see no sign for the Flying J, and as I got past the exit, I seen the Flying J, and I couldn't get off the exit at that point. Because I knew they had reserved parking. I knew if I couldn't find a free spot, I could pay for a spot and I'd have parking. So I was like, I missed the exit. So I was like, man, but those are Loves, another like 4 or 5 miles down the road. And I'm like, man, there ain't gonna be no parking at the Loves. Right? It's 6:30 at night, man. There ain't gonna be no parking at the Loves. So I came down here anyways. I figured I'd come in here. If I couldn't find parking, I'd just turn back, go back up the opposite way, back to the Flying J. Pay for a spot if I needed to or whatever. So I pull into Love, there's actually spots. There's probably 15 or 20 spots. From sitting where I'm at, I can count like at least 8 or 10 spots. So I was surprised. So I picked a spot that I thought was easy, but it was not an easy back. It was not an easy back. It looked easy when I picked it. I was like, it'll be an easy one to get into. It was not an easy back. But I got it in here and we got our spot. So we're shut down over here at the Loves. Gonna take 10 hours. And we're gonna try to leave. I'm gonna leave as early as I can, which is 6 o'clock. I think like 5:30. I'm leaving. So try to get through Chicago before rush hour, which I don't think we're gonna do. I think we're gonna get stuck, but whatever. We ran 292 miles today from, where did I load at? In Michigan. Wherever I loaded that in Michigan. The steel place with that steel tubing. I can't even remember the name of the place. Anyways, we ran 292 over here. And we didn't do a lot today. We drove 6 hours exactly. So we drove exactly 6 hours. And that was this morning, just driving in to make the delivery of them Caterpillar parts, and then the 18 miles or whatever it was over to where I got loaded, and then the 200 and something miles down to here. And we got 453 miles to our destination. So we can do 480 in a day. So here's my plan. I'm going to get over there. They got overnight parking. I'm going to get there tomorrow, park overnight, and see if I can get unloaded tomorrow. If I get there before they done unloading, I'm just going to go in and see if they'll unload me. If not, then I'll just do it first thing in the morning, whatever. Irregardless, we'll be there. If everything works out, we'll be there at the place we're getting unloaded tomorrow night, and either get unloaded tomorrow night or first thing Friday morning. So that's the plan. I'm going to get a shower tonight and get some food. I don't know if I'm going to eat out of the truck or go into the Love's Zone and what they got in there. Probably just eat out of the truck. And we'll go from there. So we're on our half-hour break over here at the rest area in Wisconsin. Figured I would show you guys my load once I got it tarped. Not the greatest tarp job, but it'll work. Like I said before, this load's like 24 feet long. I think there's a piece up on top that's like 18 feet or something like that. That's what we got, 47,000 pounds. I did scale it. I'll show you guys a scale ticket. We'll see if it's actually 47 or what it actually is. So I know my truck weighs 32, 31, 8, something like that. So that's what we got. Let's go look at the scale ticket. I use the app. I got the CAT app or the CAT scale app on my phone. So I usually don't print these out. So this is, I've never had this happen before, but you can see it says drive axle 31.14, trailer axle 32.840, and the total weight is 75.840. Don't go to steer. It's actually on there, but it's up in that line where it says right there, and you can't make out what it is. So I'll put a photo in of the actual cat scale off my phone. But that's what we're at, 75.840, 32.8 on the trailer axle, rear axle, the split axle. The drive axle is 31.140, and I think the front's like 11.240 or something like that. But that's what we got. Let me put that other photo in. Change of plans, I guess. We are not at the shipper or the receiver. We're not at our drop-off. The plan was to go up to the drop-off and park tonight. We're at the Flying J. We are 40 miles from where we deliver tomorrow, and I had every intention of driving up there. But I pulled up Google Maps and checked out where I was delivering at, and it's in the middle of a town. And it does not look like they got overnight parking. It doesn't look like you can even get a truck into where they gotta unload you. It looks like you gotta back in off the street kind of thing. It's how tight it is. So I didn't want to drive up there, so I called, or I sent a message to my DM. I said, hey, is there any way anybody can confirm? Because in my directions it says there's overnight parking. I don't know where they're gonna have overnight parking at. So I didn't want to drive up there without first confirming it. So they sent me a message back. I think my DM was out to lunch or something, and the person covering for her sent me a message and said that they would give them a call. And about 20 minutes later, he sent me a message back and said that they have overnight parking on the street, on 2nd Street. Yeah, I looked at that in the map and I'm like, yeah, I'm not going up there. So this is basically the main drag, and there's a spot where you can pull off to the side, and there's a bunch of cars parked there from the photos, from Google Maps, and it looks like it's a busy street. And I'm like, yeah, I'm not parking on that street. So I didn't go up there. So if they'd have had like parking in their actual facility, like they had a lot on their property, I ain't parking on the street. I don't even know if I'm allowed to park on the street. My luck would be I'd go up there and pull in there and park, and it'd be about 10 o'clock and I'd get a knock on my door, and there'd be a cop say, hey, you can't park here, move, or something like that. I'm not parking on the street. So it might not be a busy street, but it looks like it might be a busy street. So we didn't go up. So we're at the Flying J. We're 40 miles. We'll just drive up in the morning. They unload 6 to 4. I think my appointment is 8. I'm leaving here at like 10 after 5. I'll get there at 6, probably just a little after 6. Probably like, if everything works out, 6:15 or something like that. And we'll get this thing off. So we went 411 miles today, and we drove 7 hours and 37 minutes. So, and we left, actually I left a little bit later tonight, this morning than I wanted to. I wanted to be rolling by 5, but I stayed up a little bit later than I thought I did last night. I was back here editing videos and into YouTube and stuff like that, and looked up at the clock and it was 10 till 12. I'm like, holy freak. I didn't realize that I didn't get to the truck stop last night till like 6:30, 7 o'clock. Until I got a shower and ate and everything. It was after 8 or 9, and I started editing videos, and I got all up in that stuff, and I just lost track of time. And next thing I do, I look up at the clock on my radio, and I was like 11:37. I said, that ain't right. Is that 11:37? And I grabbed my phone. I'm like, holy freak, it's almost midnight. I gotta wake up at 5 in the morning. So my alarm went off at 5 in the morning, and I woke up and I was like, yeah, I'm a little bit too tired. So I hit the snooze button first. I'm like, 5-minute snooze ain't gonna do this. So I ended up moving the alarm back to about 5:35, 5:40, and slept for another 35, 40 minutes. And then woke up. I was still tired, but I had to roll because I knew I got stuck in Chicago traffic. I should have left at 5. I got down there. It took me 2 hours to get 45 miles this morning. Oh, that was not fun. I wish I would have left at like 4 in the morning. I got into that Chicago bull crap, man. It was bad. Man, that was bad. But anyways, we got through all that. We got over here. We're shut down. We're going to take a 10-hour break. I'm leaving, like I said, I'm leaving 5:15, I think, in the morning. We might leave at 5:30, I don't know. Between 5 and 5:30, I'm gonna leave in the morning. Get up there right after 6. They start unloading. They already sent me a pre-plan for my next load, so that's awesome. I know where I'm picking up, and I know where I'm going for my next load for my weekend run. So we'll get this off tomorrow, Friday. We'll go pick up our next load. I ain't gonna tell you where it is. You'll find out in the next video. But anyways, that's gonna do it. I don't know, like I said, shooting video when you get unloaded, for me, because I'm by myself and I'm kind of got to record, I don't really got any tripod, got no way of setting up a video camera. There ain't gonna be no video of me getting unloaded. There's sometimes I can get video of it being loaded, but not very often. So this will probably be the last clip. So anyways, unless I find something interesting to record, this is the end. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you on my next load.